Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be going over how to set up the Delphi IDE in the exact way that I do. Now, this video was requested by a gentleman. Let me go ahead and pull that up here real quick. The gentleman's name is Hidden JBS. How did you set up your IDE? Please make a video. Alrighty then, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and get started with RAD Studio. So after you install RAD Studio, make sure you open it on up. I'm just using a quick VM here because I didn't want to reset all of my main settings on my main operating system. So just give this a minute to load. I didn't give it very many cores, so it may take a minute, but once we're loaded up, I'll show you guys exactly what you need to do to get your IDE looking exactly like mine. Okay, so once the IDE is loaded up, you're going to be presented with the Welcome tab, or also known as the Welcome Page tab. So it's just a bunch of stuff. Usually you've got your recent projects, you've got some videos and stuff that will load over here, and you can, learn some things about Delphi. Usually it's all of the Embarcadero posted material. Also, you've got it promoted in the Get It package manager, so these are usually all the latest and greatest packages and stuff that have been promoted inside of the Get It package manager, which I'll probably show you here really soon. Then we've also got new in Get It. This is the promoted stuff. This is the new stuff. And then you've got your creation, like where you can create any type of Delphi or C++ based project that you might be interested in. So to get started, first thing I always do is I just edit my layout here. So pull this open, and what I'll do is I'll get rid of learn because I don't need to learn anything. And then I'll get rid of promoted and get it and new and get it. Make sure to close both of these out. Then the open recent, I'll bring it over here and bring it down here, and the create new I'll bring down, and then I will hit save. This is essentially what my welcome page looks like. I've got my create new and my open recent projects that I'm currently working on or have been working on in the past. Also, there is one other thing you can do, and that is edit layout and then go to options and then go to this welcome page here, and you can change the background of this to whatever you would like. I'm going to just clear it and hit it save so there's nothing. And then just hit save. So this is just for this tutorial, but guys, you might want to put like a really cool photo that matches your style back there, right? So let's go ahead and finish this off with how to set this up completely. So go ahead and go to File, New, Windows VCL Application Delphi, the very top option. And once we have that up, so once you're on this screen, you're probably going to notice a few things, and basically what these things are the structure, the object inspector, the palette for the components, the component palette, and your project manager itself, which shows you the topology layout of your entire Delphi project and all of your Pascal units. Now, there's a major problem with this that I absolutely cannot stand, and that is that I come from all the way back from like Delphi 6, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm used to having my layout kind of like the old school style, because the old school style to me is how I get things done extremely fast. I mean, actually put a little meaning into the term RAD, as in Rapid Application Development. So what we're going to do, if you want to do it exactly like me, just follow along. First of all, the component palette, destroy it. Click the close button. It's no use to you. It's just a piece of crap. Alright, now what you're going to do is drag the object inspector. So left click, hold, and drag all the way over to the right and down, 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 down until you see it look like this, and then let go of the mouse. And now that you have the project inspector above the object inspector. Okay, so now then, there's really only two things left to do, and that is on the left, the structure window, make sure you unpin it. So you see the little like thumbtack here? Click on that one time, boom, and it goes away. Now look at all this amazing space you have to work with. You could design entire enterprise applications with this and not have to worry about size constraints and space. So, so if you hover over the structure, it always comes back and you can play with it and then go back to your project. You see how easy that is? So there's one more thing to do, and that is to right-click anywhere up here in this grayed area and go all the way down to component. And you guys are going to click component, okay? Now, this is going to present you with the component palette up here, but it's in the wrong place. So you see these little dotty things right here? What you'll do is you'll drag those down, and then you'll drag them to the left. So as you can see, it's kind of glitchy, but I'm dragging all the way to the far left of the IDE, and then I'm going to click back on my project. Okay, so now you have the IDE looking and feeling exactly like what I set it up with. Now, in order to make sure that this all gets saved, you have to focus on these two things up here. One of them is a save button directly, but another is this little drop down, and it'll have a save desktop function at the top of it. So you can click either one of these. You can click this one to directly save, or you can click this down arrow and you can save desktop. So I'm just going to use the down arrow because they didn't actually, I don't remember them even implementing this save thing until like some of the later IDEs. So I'm going to click on the down arrow like I always do and click Save Desktop. And you're going to be presented with this little screen that says Save Current Desktop As. And I'm going to leave it at the default layout, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, because I already have a default layout, as all of you should, with the default layout of the entire IDE when you first install it, it's going to tell you, hey, you already have one, do you want to replace it? And the answer is yes, you do. So we're just saving over our already created default layout. So hit OK, and then it says you already have it, do you wish to replace it? Yes. And that's it. Now you guys have the complete setup exactly like I do. So here, I'll even show you. I'll close the IDE and not save this project. And then I will open the IDE. So just give this a moment. And any second now, after this rolls, I will show you guys that everything we just did is completely saved and the IDE remembers everything. And then once we are done with that bit of business, so as you can see, it did save everything, the open recent, the create new. I don't have a background, so it kind of looks trashy, but oh well. You guys are more than welcome to do that. And again, I'll show you. You go to Edit Layout, and then go to Options, and then you can change your background photo here in Welcome Page. So just make sure you clear it, and then load a new image, and hit Save. And you'll have your own little image in there. And if you guys look at some of my other videos, you'll see that sometimes I have like, you know, a space background here or whatever. It looks really cool. But in any case, let's go ahead and create a new project so I can show you those settings did save. So I created a new VCL Forms application in Delphi, and I'm just waiting for the IDE to load, and boom, it remembers everything. Great, right? Now, there is a problem with this, and I'm going to try to show you this. So let's focus on changing the theme. So I'm going to click on this and go to the same place where you go to save your desktop layouts. I'm going to go to Editor Display Options, or IDE Style Options, I'm sorry. Rather, go to this one, okay? So once the window comes up, you're going to be presented with a bunch of options. You want to make sure to check the radio button that says Custom VCL Style. Now, I have a bunch of VCL styles installed. Depending on how many you guys have, you'll see like a little thing like this with a whole bunch of stuff in it. I'm just going to switch over to Carbon for now. And I would like to leave the speed editor settings to default, and I would like to leave the object inspector to dark. So I'm going to hit save, and you'll notice that after doing that, your IDE kind of changes to the theme that you really kind of wanted it to or whatever. So this is great, but there's still a major league problem. And that is that if you try to add something and then, like, let's say you add a couple of things and you try to like go to the code of these things and whatnot. So let's double click the button, for example. This brings you into the IDE, which obviously would blind someone and probably kill them. So that's not a good thing, right? So there's a couple of options you can do, and I'm going to show you both of them because I want my tutorials to be 100% accurate. So what you can do to change this crap and make it a little more able for you to look at and not be blind for the rest of your natural human life would be to essentially go to right-click anywhere and go down to Editor Options. And you'll have to wait for it for a moment, but once the page pops up, we're going to be looking for color. Okay, so I'm clicking on color, and for some reason it's just taking a little while, but once it loads, you can change this to dark or any other theme that you have. Now I'm going to change it to dark and hit save. Now for a lot of you out there, this might do it for you, but personally I think this is garbage. I don't really like the defaults that they have at all. For me, for my eyes, I just absolutely cannot stand it. So what I like to do is open up my web browser. In this case, I'm going to use the trashiest web browser ever invented by a man. And I'm going to go to google.com and I'm going to type in Delphi IDE. And this is by a gentleman who calls himself RAD. And I'm going to download his application for the IDE theme editor. As you can see, he's built a pretty well comprehensive application with thousands of saved themes and templates for your code editor in Delphi. Now, I do believe he has not yet updated it for the latest 12.3, but since we're on 12.2, we can still use it. So I'm going to click on IDE Release Latest and get the executable file. Once it is here, I am going to make sure to keep it, and I'm going to run it. So let's go ahead and run that. And I'm going to close this, make sure to run it, close out of Delphi, do not save. And we're just waiting for the IDE application to execute and display the form on the screen. So now that it's on our screen, we can just go ahead and click Next, Install, blah, blah, blah. Let it go ahead and install in the default location on your C drive, preferably. And we just wait for it to finish. And once it's done, we're going to open it up, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do nearly every time. So click Next. I can just leave the Launch Check option checked and click Finish. And now that it's up, we just have to kind of wait a minute. Usually it takes a while, most especially the first time you run it, to load in all of the saved themes and templates for the code editor. So now that we have this kind of loaded here, let's scroll down, and we're looking for the Use section because we're looking for one called Unfinished Sympathy, which is pretty much one of my absolute favorites. So right down here, here we go. There's Unfinished Sympathy right there. So I'm going to make sure that it's selected on my IDE, which it is, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that theme. So the application kind of had a little glitch there, but just make sure that you find your theme. And once you have it, you can either select the theme right here, and you can right click on it and apply the theme, or you can go to menu and apply it from there. But I'm going to right click on my theme and apply the theme. It says, do you wish to apply this theme? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, I do. Okay, that's great. Fantastic. So I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to reopen RAD Studio. So let's go ahead and get RAD Studio running. and give it just a moment. This is on a VM, so it's a little bit slow. I didn't give it very many cores. Okay, we're back inside the IDE. Fantastic. So we're going to go File, New, VCL Form Application Delphi. Right here, Windows VCL Application. Go ahead and wait for it to load. And here in just a moment, we are going to go to the code editor. So double click anywhere to take us there. And as you can see, it kind of matches, but not really. So go ahead and right click, go to Editor Options, wait for the window to come up, and we're going to click on Colors. Or color, and we're going to select the theme that we installed into the RAD Studio IDE using the DITE editor. So we now have a new theme at the bottom. If you'll notice here, it says Unfinished Sympathy. So we're going to click on that and hit Save. There you have it. Now we have the perfect matching theme for everything we have. This is fantastic. So guys, that's pretty much it for this. Now, there's lots of themes that you can install for Delphi RAD Studio. So here, let me show you what I mean by that just real fast. So we fixed up our code editor, we fixed up our IDE, but there is a location on your hard drive. So you can actually go to C, Users, Public, and then go to Public Documents, and then go into Embarcadero Studio, the edition number you have, and then go to Styles. Inside of here, you can see all of the VSF skin styles that you currently have installed for your RAD Studio. So, and here's the cool part. You can use these themes for any application you're running as well. So not only can you use these themes for the IDE itself, we have standard VCL styles, and we also have high DPI optimized styles if you have, like, 4 and 8K curved monitors and crazy stuff like that with high DPI and resolution rates. So essentially, personally, I've never really noticed a true difference, to be honest with you. I just simply run whatever theme I want, and I can just deal with it, as I'm sure you guys will as well. But let me show you how you can change these themes. So if you're running a form application and you like to change your theme, like of the program you're currently working on, you can go to Project, and then you can go to Options, wait for it to load. And after it loads, you'll want to scroll down and you'll want to select your theme. So it's going to be an Appearance. So once this loads up, you'll just go to Appearance, and then you will simply see this thing with a draggable scroll bars here. So you can go down and look through everything you see here. For example, I could do Aqua Graphite. If you want to see a preview of it, you just click Preview, and it'll show you like a picture of what that theme looks like before you actually choose it. Now I'm going to choose Aqua Graphite because I think it looks okay for this demonstration, and I'm going to hit OK or Save. So now you're developing and designing your application completely themed with one of the VCL style themes imported into it. So if I click Run, we actually compile and build our code to an exe, and it runs on screen, and it is fully themed. Very cool stuff, right? Now, something else I'll tell you is that you can use this same theme on the IDE itself. So let me show you that. If you click here, like you have already done in the past, and you have carbon selected, you can now get there in two different ways. You can choose your theme that you currently have installed, and you can choose between the high DPI optimized, or you can go to standard, and I'm going to choose Aqua Graphite, and it will instantly change your IDE to that theme. Very cool stuff, right? So now if I go to the code window, it still matches dark themes. It's very nice. This is why I choose Unfinished Sympathy, because it matches so many of the dark themes. It's really nice. But in any case, this is just what I wanted to kind of show you. So some of you may not like this because, it makes the buttons blue and makes them look weird, which is fine. And if that be the case, all you have to do is simply change your stuff here to another theme. For example, we have all of these And if you install so many that you can't see them on this menu, I'll show you something else. You can go here and go to IDE style options, just like we did before. And you can actually see the styles inside of this window at the bottom. So you can actually choose not only your style for your editor, but you can also choose your style theme for your entire IDE right here in this window, in this combo box. So, for example, I could pick like, I don't know, Windows Slate Gray. Probably won't look that great, but I'm going to hit save and, you know, just give it a minute to kind of refresh and reload everything. It has to run through all the theme stuff. So this one's kind of meh. I probably wouldn't want to use this one. It's a little too bright for me. But the code editor, like I said, it doesn't really match very well in this one. But in any case, I just wanted you guys to see that because it's really super simple to do. I'm going to put this back to carbon. So now you'll see this like refresh back to carbon. And now we're using aqua graphite for our application, but we're using carbon for our IDE. So it's a little better matching. But in any case, that's pretty much it, guys. That's really all there is to it. That's it. I mean, it's really that simple. Nothing really hard about it. Just make sure the object inspector is here. Your project and files are here. You've got your structure window over here unpinned. Because ultimately, I find that as a Delphi developer, you know, full time, I like to be able to have this kind of space available to me so that I can, you know, so that I can develop my stuff in a very quick-paced manner. Because I don't like having my application squished up like this, because then I have to like pull it out and redesign the whole darn thing if I'm not using constraints, and it just really bothers me. So that's why I came up with this kind of way of doing it, and I've never looked back, because being able to drag all the way to this point without any, you know, issues or anything, it's really nice because you can design a whole form like this and not have to worry about nearly any problems whatsoever. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this video off here. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I know we didn't program or anything. I know you guys are usually expecting me to come out with some crazy stuff, but lately I've just been really busy and just trying to deal with life matters. So I only did this video again because the gentleman asked me to. So big thanks, shout out to him. And I hope that he was able to watch this and learn a little something from it. By the way, his name was Hidden JBS. So big shout out to him for having me make this video. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to close this out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.